Good morning, everybody. Auronnj here with another honkaistarrail video, and today we're going to talk all about Nameless Honor. I'm going to talk to you about if I think it's actually worth it to pay what is essentially a monthly subscription sort of cost to this game to unlock the Nameless glory, and if you do, which of the biggest prize on there, which is that light cone that you get, is worth picking. I actually don't think that is super close. I think there are a couple of those light cones that are far and away better than the other ones, so let me tell you which ones those are. But first, let's look at the Nameless Honor. Now, if you don't know what this is because you're brand new, basically, you're going to complete missions every day. You can see I still have one mission to do here today, and you're going to get weekly missions and period missions that give a ton of this. As you complete these, you will unlock tiers. You can see right now I am on the 34th tier. Everybody who plays the game gets these nameless gifts on the top. If you pay for I think it's like 10 bucks for the pass to get this bottom tier, you get access to so much. I'll just start this video by saying, if you spend any money in this game at all, this is where I'd start. If you're only someone who spends like 10 bucks a month or 12, or I can't remember how much it was like around 10 bucks. If that's all you spend in this game, this is where I would spend it. These leveling materials that you get from in here are invaluable in letting you level up multiple characters. I know you don't have to go fast. I know this is not a game where going super fast matters, but I do like to have fun, and I consider leveling up characters a fun thing to do. So I love, check out level 29 right here, right? If you get the freebies, you get 4 of the 6,000 experience Lightcone leveling materials. That's honestly a really good prize. If you have the premium one, the Nameless Glory, you get 16 more. 16 more. I like that a lot. So this is just something that will enable you to do a lot more with your account. It works that way for character experience. It works that way for credits because you got to spend money on stuff in this game. You regularly get these that give you leveling materials that you'd otherwise have to go farm. It's super worth it. If you spend money at all, this is where I would start. Now, let's talk about the thing I get asked about sometime, and that's this. When you hit level 30, and you can see I haven't chose mine yet, I was saving it for this video, you get to choose a 4-star light cone, and this is important because this will be a 4-star light cone that if you purchase this monthly, you'll be able to keep getting duplicates of it and eventually have a fully superimposed one. So which one should you focus on? Well, to do that, we're going to go into the data bank right here, and we're going to look at light cones. I'm going to break this down for you in the simplest terms. First of all, let me just point out, I haven't whaled for the regular banner yet. Look at these light cones that I have. Do you guys know how much I would love to pull a 5-star character on the regular banner? It hasn't happened yet. I have not done it. I lost a 50-50 on Sela and got Bailu. I got Japard from the newbie banner, and I have literally, my luck in this game is insane. I'm telling you, I get a lot of 5-stars. I've got this twice. Bailu's card twice. I've got, I pitied Japard's card off of, after whaling for Sela, I used my turn-in materials to get Japard's card. I've got Brogna's card. In the night, I pulled for that, but I've also got Himiko's card. I pull 5-star light cones like crazy, considering I've done less than 100 pulls on that banner. I would love to pull 5-star characters. That's an aside, whatever. Let's talk about what we're supposed to talk about right here. I'm distracted. First of all, destruction. You have an option from that pass to pick a card, a light cone, my god, from each one of these categories. Destruction is the first one, and nowhere to run is the light cone. I do not think this light cone is very good. Maybe if you're somebody who uses physical MC and you just want them in there beating stuff up and getting a little bit of healing, that's fine. But a 24% attack increase, and then whenever you defeat an enemy, getting 12% of heal from your attack, yeah, that's a lot of healing. And if you max it out, it's 24%. So maybe if you have Clara and she's just dunking people over and over again, and you don't have a better light cone option, and you're not running her with a healer, which just sounds so dangerous to me, this could do it for you, but I don't think this is one of the better ones. This is not the one that I will be picking. Personally, I think there's a lot of better options here. I think On the Fall of an Aeon, which is a simulated universe light cone. Look, people are dumping all over this light cone. I think it's really good. Grim rates this Lightcone pretty highly. I watch a lot of his videos. That man is the like knowledge god of this game. This Lightcone doesn't suck. And you can get it from Simulated Universe. I think it's better than that one. A Secret Vow is just flat 20% more damage and potentially 20% more at literally Superimpose 1. It goes all the way up to 40 eventually. That's better than this one. And then even something like Collapsing Sky, which is just attack and skill damage 20%, that's up to 40% at Superimpose 5. You know how easy it is to Superimpose 5 a 3-star Lightcone? This is better than this one for most people, in my opinion. Again, okay, so let's go on. The Hunt. So Hunt, Return to Darkness. This is another one that I'm not impressed by. I don't think this one's very good. This is also not the one I will be picking. Yes, I do understand that crit rate, 12%, is good. After a critical hit, there's a 16% chance to dispel a buff. I like where they're going with this card, but the problem is, even at Superimpose 5, that debuff chance is only 32%. If that was 50% or 100% or something like that, where you could reliably use your Hunt character as a debuffer, oh, I think this is real good. Otherwise, you're going to need a character that does like multi-hit attacks and they all are critting, and I don't know, I just don't like. I just think there's better cards in the Hunt for this. Specifically, if you really just need a Hunt Lightcone right now, go get Silas. Like if you have a little bit of tickets, this is so good. Even I only have this at Superimpose 1. It's nuts good. So I like that. Also, like Sword plays pretty decent. I just think there's better cards out there than Return to Darkness, including, again, the one you could get from Simulated Universe, Cruising in the Stellar Sea. This also gives you crit rate. It's, again, something that you will have access to be able to farm out dupes for. You can get up to 16 plus 16. It's 32, and this has an attack buff with it. I would go Cruising in the Stellar Sea before I would go Return to Darkness. Boom, there we go. Erudition. Now, here's a really good one. This is today is another peaceful day. I love this one. Now, here it is. After entering battle, increase the wearer's damage based on their max energy. Damage increases by 0.2 per point of energy up to 160 energy. So, increases the wearer's damage based on their maximum energy. If you have a character with 160 max energy, that is, oh gosh, I did the math a second ago. I'm opening the calculator because I'm really an embarrassing person. 0.2 times 160, that would be a 32% damage increase. Increase by 32%. That's at Superimpose 1. It doubles, which I could do that math, that's 64% damage increase. I think this one is really, really good. This is probably the one that I will pick, and I'll pick it here at the end of the video to put my money where my mouth is. I think this is a god tier card. The stats on it are pretty decent as well. Has nice HP, attack, a little bit of defense. Cool. I love this one. Now, I do have Night on the Milky Way. Like, I YOLO pulled this one on the regular banner. This is, like, only good for Himiko, in my opinion. I do think Seriousness of Breakfast is also really good if you could Superimpose 5 that thing. It's even good at Superimpose 1. I just really, really like Today's Another Peaceful Day. I think it's one of the strongest cards out there. I'm probably picking that one up. Okay, next up, the Harmony card. This is another card that I'm really high on, and like, look, if I was in school right now, if I was teaching a bunch of 5th graders, I would have to differentiate the fact that I don't mean I'm smoking this card or Lightcone. I mean, I like it a lot, but you guys probably aren't in 5th grade. You better not be. So let's talk about why I'm high on this card, and I don't mean with drugs. So, Carve the Moon, Weave the Clouds. This gives a random effect to your whole group every time it's the person wearing its turn. So at the start of battle and whenever the wearer's turn begins, one of the following effects is randomly applied. All allies' attack increases by up to 20% at Superimpose 5. All allies' crit damage increases by up to 24% at Superimpose 5. Or all allies' energy regeneration rate increases by 12%. Every one of those is good. The best thing about this Lightcone, in my opinion, is it gives your characters, your Harmony characters that are there to support your group, another way of supporting your group. That's so important. Like, sometimes Harmony characters to me feel a little bit less impactful than I'd like them to be, right? Maybe they're there casting their ult and giving your group a speed buff or something like that. It'd be really cool if they could do something else besides just auto attack to generate skill points or buff one thing. Now they can. This kind of unlocks them, gives them something else they will literally do every turn. The fact that it's random, yeah, that kind of sucks. I'd probably rather have crit damage or energy regeneration rate. Heck, just give me energy regeneration rate every other time. I'll be set. So I think this card is amazing. Now, why wouldn't I pick this one first? Well, I already have Auronnj's card, so not everybody's going to be as lucky as me and have Auronnj's card, so I accept that, right? This is the best one for Harmony characters. I don't think it's even close. I think this is by far and away the best, and I think the second best is Dance Dance Dance. Now, I'm a whale. When the next round of banners come in and I go and get one copy of that Lightcone, there's a decent chance I might walk into Dance Dance Dance. I just count on pulling this at some point, and I think that the cannot stop it ability right here, where when the wearer uses their ultimate, all allies' actions are advanced forward by 16%, it eventually becomes 24. I think that is so OP. I just love this card. So if I did pick Carve the Moon, Weave the Clouds right now, I think I would eventually replace it with Dance Dance Dance, and I'm gonna just keep using this one forever because holy moly, it's good. So I see my account eventually getting outscaled a little bit. For you guys, if you don't have this one or this one, I think this is all of a sudden the best one, and maybe it's the one you should pick. I'm probably picking the Erudition card, but there's my argument for the Harmony card. Okay, in between them, we got 3 more to talk about. The Nihility card. It is We Will Meet Again. So this is a really interesting one. I think eventually... No, okay, let me point some out. Notice how in this picture, there are 4 bullets about to hit this robot character, who maybe will get this robot character someday, and maybe he can like use a machine gun or something, but there's this guy. It says, this card does this. After the wearer uses basic attack or skill, deal additional damage equal to 48% of the wearer's attack to a random enemy that has been attacked. Here's how I read this. How I see this is, after the wearer uses a basic attack or skill, so again, not your ult, just basic attack or skill, I count that against this card. If it was ult, I'd like that a little bit more. Deal additional damage. If this is, like, if you do a 4-hit move and it re-hits them 4 times, maybe there's a character at some point that just has, like, massive multi-hitting machine gun attacks, sort of like how this card has 4 machine gun bullets in it, and then each time you do that, you get 96% of your attack damage added on to that. That could be a use for this card, but also note this is a Nihility card. Nihility characters feel more focused on debuffing to me. I don't necessarily care about their damage as much, so I'd probably rather have something that helped them in that regard. Especially, like, I love this card. This is what I was using forever on my Pela when she was in my main group. This gives you a defense debuff. I think that's cool. I would rather have my Nihility character defense debuff the enemy, so my Hunt character or Erudition character could then deal more damage. So I like this card a little bit better. If you're playing Welt and you're lucky enough to eventually get the Welt card, you'll probably use that instead of that one. So that's how I kind of feel about that one. It's okay. Maybe there's like a future use for this. It's not the one I'll be picking first though. Preservation. So the Preservation card is This Is Me. It does give defense. Like if we max this thing out, it gives 529 defense here, which is pretty good, and it gives 32% more defense. It also increases the damage of the wearer when they use their ultimate by 120% of the wearer's defense. Now look, if you have Japard, don't get him this card. Even though you might say, yes, but I don't have Japard's card, Japard doesn't do damage. Like, his ult does no damage. He just shields your team. All you care about with Japard is shielding. Maybe with, like, Fire MC or March 7th, who's on this card, who does some damage to the enemy team, and maybe you're relying on that damage a little bit, this will let them hit a little bit harder. But once again, I would rather my preservation classes focus more on helping my team live than doing damage themselves. So I don't really like this card, and it can only be applied, this effect can only apply 1 time per enemy target. So that it reads really weird as well. I don't love this one. Instead, okay, if you have Japard and you ever have a chance to get Moment of Victory, card changes his life. Better options for 4 stars here, though. We are Wildfire. I don't hate this one. At the start of battle, the damage to all allies decreases by 8% for 5 turns. Take that 5 turns off. This is really a lot better. I don't know. This one, increase the wearer's defense by 16%. When the wearer's attack, there's a 100% base chance to burn the enemy. Guys, I got a really cool build idea with this card where I'm going to use Physical MC, Hook, and Asta, and just give my Physical MC a chance to burn the enemies. I kind of don't hate this card. I think it's cool. And it gives, the thing about this card too, is it gives your preservation character a way of dealing damage with a damage over time, as opposed to just giving them more damage. So I like this as well. Landu's Choice, this one, it gives you aggro. So it gives your character a higher chance of being attacked. For preservation characters, this is a super useful thing. And I think it will stay super useful for a really long time, and it reduces the damage they take. I wish it gave defense. If this also gave defense up, it would be a 4-star version of Japard's 5-star card. And then Day 1 of My New Life. This is a card a lot of people will argue about between this one and the card we're talking about, where this gives you defense as well, but after entering battle, increase damage resist of all allies by 8%. That eventually becomes 12%. I love this card for Physical MC as well, because Physical MC is all about keeping your group alive, right? The shields that Physical MC provides aren't as good as Japard shields, but this card will make your shields better and give damage resistance to your allies as well. So it's kind of another way of helping your allies stay safe. I like that better than This Is Me. I'd skip. This Is Me is not the one I'm picking. Abundance. Okay. Let's talk Abundance. Now, the Abundance card is this one. Warmth shortens cold nights. This increases the wearer's max HP by 16%. Okay, that's pretty good. When using basic attack or skill, restore all allies' HP by an amount equal to 2.0% of their respective max HP. Okay. I do accept the fact that this card does give you the main stats you want as an Abundance character. Okay, so that's fine, but that heal feels really, really small. For somebody like Natasha, I would really rather have energy regeneration rate from post-up conversation. If you have that card and you're working on it, Shared Feeling gives outgoing healing up 10% and energy regeneration to all allies. I like this one. It's okay. I like that one a little bit. Quid Pro Quo. At the start of the wearer's turn, regenerate 8 energy for a randomly chosen ally. I think this is like low-key decent. I just think there's cards that I would rather have over picking this one. I don't think it's bad if you do pick this one because you just need an Abundance Lightcone. I hear you, but I think these other 3 4 stars are better in my opinion. Specifically post-op conversation, I kind of like that one a lot. Now, it's time for me to put my money where my mouth is. I'm going to go pick mine, so I get that red exclamation mark off my screen. I'm going to go to the Erudition. I'm going to take Today Is Another Peaceful Day. I think this card's busted, so let's go pick it up. I'm going to go back to here, go to Nameless Honor. I'm going to claim mine right. Let me make sure I make the right choice, right? That's the one. Boom, let's pick that up. And I got it. I got my light cone. I've made my pick. And unless something drastically changes, I will probably keep picking this every month to just keep building it up. One nice thing about this one is if you get it to superimpose 5, it's literally twice as good. A lot of those other ones don't scale up as hard as this one does. I love this light cone. That's my choice. I told you about the rest of them. I highly recommend unlocking Nameless Glory. Good luck, everybody. Have fun. This is kind of a long video at this point, so I'm just going to cut it off. Hope you enjoyed it. Have a great night, and I'll catch you next time. Peace.